Hi everyone, thank you David. Nina mani, mani nadlu tampanti, nadlu Ghana yartanga imprindi. It's good to be here on Ghana country. The traditional owners and custodians of this place, Adelaide, in South Australia. And I'd like to pay my respects to elders past and present for their care of this land, these waters, and also pay my deep respects to the First Nations peoples of wherever you are. So when we think about time, the language that I've just had the privilege to speak that's been revitalised by cultural leaders here, which was nearly lost, Ghana language, has existed and evolved over 60,000 years. That's several thousand generations. And if we think about the concept of even 7 generations, which is me having a conversation with my great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren, that's 7 generations. Imagine connection to place over 2,000 generations, which have the privilege of sitting at the feet of elders to learn some of these concepts. So as we get started, I'd like to take us on a journey into deep time. And I'd like to invite you to either switch off your video or lower your gaze and take a breath right down to your toes. And I want you to imagine all of Earth's time condensed into one calendar year, where the 1st of January is 4.5 billion years ago, and the 31st of December at midnight is now. So if we go back to the beginning of the year, to the 1st of January, when Earth is hurtling through space as a ball of rock and gas, the moon is knocked off and is caught by Earth's orbit. And it took about 750 million years for the conditions to be right for life to evolve. And one hypothesis is that that occurred in a deep thermal ocean vent. And that was on about the 21st of February. Over the next month, by the 25th of March, that life, those simple single cells, started a very primitive form of photosynthesis, removing carbon from the environment and releasing oxygen, which over another billion years leads to the atmosphere that we can survive in today. By mid-July, those simple single cells develop a nucleus. By mid-September, within the nucleus are the perfect conditions for the evolution of DNA, which leads to the mixing of genes and genetic material and an explosion of rich, diverse, complex life. So by early November, we have mycelium enriching the soil, cultivating the perfect conditions for trees and other land plants to evolve. Early December, reptiles. 6th of December, dinosaurs. 13th of December, early land mammals. 25th of December, at 6:30 p.m, dinosaurs go extinct. Bad day for dinosaurs. The last day of the year, 31st of December at lunchtime, 11:30 a.m, hominids, our ape ancestors, stand up. We become bipedal. 11:36 p.m, 24 minutes to midnight, humans. 11:54 p.m, 6 minutes to midnight, are the fossil records of First Nations Australians. 60,000 years ago, it's probably longer, possibly double that. 11:59 p.m, 1 minute to go, is the end of the last ice age, about 11,000 years ago. 11:59 and 58 seconds, 2 seconds ago, 250 years ago, is the beginning of the Industrial Revolution and the evolution of cities as we're familiar with today. So here we are now at midnight. The sun will burn out in 5 billion years, or 14 months in this time scale. And we get to consider what time means as we design our cities. So when you're ready, open your eyes and turn on your screen if you can, and come back to the room. So every city on planet Earth has evolved, if you like, over the last, or less than 1 minute, some a fraction of a second. And those cities have been designed in service to industry. So industry-centric concepts that have hurtled us into activity and hurtled us into productivity and profit. And so I'm really excited by the provocation that this conversation leads us to, which is the design of time. And when I first read the title, I was equally irritated and excited. So this concept that I've just spoken about is in a linear format, exaggerated to demonstrate a point. And I'm very grateful to Janine Benyus and many years ago now, Carl Sagan, for making this even possible, because I find it really helpful to mark time. But we know time's not linear. We know that it folds in on itself and it's circular and it curves and bends. So what I would like to know, and I'm not here to present a slow city framework that's been done and it is alive for anybody that wants to be in service to the principles of a slow city. But I'm intrigued as to how our cities can be nature. So if we are beings of nature, you are not you, more than half of you is bacteria in relationship with each other and to form this human form. How might our cities be in service to nature? How might our cities be in service to the planet as living cities, as beings, ecological beings themselves? How might they sequester as much carbon as what nature would otherwise do? How do they collect water as nature would? How does it be biodiverse? Be a forest, be a meadow. And if we come to that, then how do we design the meadow? It feels quite arrogant to even ask that question. I think Janine Benyus asked, how might we design spring? So I might bring this to a close with more questions than answers around how do we design our cities and how might we be in service to policies and principles and activities that honour nature as beings of nature in service to people and planet.